Bienvenido. Welcome to Pasa on RadioLatinoTV.com. Me llamo Daniel Jehl. I'm here today with Tim Zink and also Raul, our technician. How are you doing today, Tim?
I'm doing pretty well.
We have an abbreviated show, a short version of the show today, due to some technical difficulties, and we're all good to go now. I think the best thing to do is to simply review the week and what's coming up on Que Pasa. Beginning with tomorrow, we will have a representative here at noon, mediodía, from ARC of Indiana, and we will have an interview live on Que Pasa. On Wednesday, Tim Zink, 11:30, will be doing the news and views, and he will be providing an update on Super Tuesday, presidential election time, the results of all the primaries from tomorrow, and whatever else Tim comes up with. You gonna be ready for this, Tim?
I am, and this, I'm not sure if you know this, but I'm going to try to do it in Spanglish.
No kidding, this is great. Well, we all know, and all your viewers know this, we do Spanglish, and on Friday we had Erica Andiola from Arizona, from the Dream Group, DRM Group, and that was in Spanish, and United Hispanic American interview, also last week, with Moisés Castillo, also in Spanish, and Tim Zink is going to attempt it in Spanish, something I would not try exactly, but Tim, we do what we need to do to communicate with all of our listeners, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm continuing on then. On Wednesday, John Rogers at noon on Mediodía will be here on Que Pasa with Fernando Zapari. Now, John Rogers is the sponsor of Que Pasa, attorney at law in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and he will be here, and I believe you can call in or email in to the website on Facebook with your questions. So John Rogers will be here on Wednesday, very close, on Wednesday at noon, mediodía. John Rogers, attorney at law, full service menu, free consultations, free parking, and he's the man to go to if you need any legal assistance. He handles it all, and if he doesn't, he'll tell you how to get the help you need. Can't go wrong with John, and people are going there. Well, let me tell you, this is a good man to go to if you need any type of legal assistance. And phone number, all it takes is a phone number, telefono, in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The area code would be 260, and the number would be 426-0674 in English, and in Espanol, same area code, 260-704-0682. So John Rogers, we thank John for sponsorship of Que Pasa, and also the opportunity for John to be here live on RadioLatinoTV.com this Wednesday, 2 days from now, at noon with Fernando Zapari at Mediodía time. All right, Friday. Now Friday, we're also promoting, as we should, the Windsong Film Festival at IPFW, which begins March the 8th and runs through March the 11th. Marzo, boy, yeah, we're into March already. At IPFW, this is free. Walking with Us world premiere involves more than 50 Hispanics from the community in this film. It's the world premiere of this film. And there are other films, and there are other activities, including a workshop on how to make a movie. Can't go wrong there. It's all free, and it's going to be more information available in El Mexicano News, which was published on Friday and is now out there for all the people in the Northeast Indiana and Lower Michigan community. And you can call number, area code again in Fort Wayne, 260-348-5510, or access windsongpictures.com on the internet. So thank you for your patience, all the listeners, and for continuing to follow us on News and Views. And we will not disappoint, but we're kind of running out of time here. And I'm trying. We talked about Erica Andiola. Yes, we will be phoning her again for another interview, immigration update update on the national election as it relates to immigration, the Arizona law, and more. And of course, our friend, who really is not a friend, Sheriff Joe Arpaio update, because he's still waiting to see how those charges will turn out in Arizona against him for racial profiling brought by a federal grand jury. However, today in Fort Wayne, Indiana, if you are in Fort Wayne, is the day Elton John is coming, April 21st. Today's the day to buy tickets, so you better hurry because they're going to be gone. Moving on, we're just going over this week, and I'm going to bring something up. We brought this up on Friday about Rush Limbaugh and his comments regarding the woman, Sandra Fluke from Georgetown University, who testified in Washington, D.C. in support of an Obama proposal to implement the Health Care Act to make birth control pills and contraceptives available to all people that are insured or are students who have employee or student benefits at their student, in this case Georgetown, health clinic. And Rush Limbaugh went way over the line and called her a prostitute on his national radio show on talk radio. We don't have enough time to get into this, but on Friday we did mention it's time to take action because freedom of speech and freedom of expression in America is not absolute. You can't yell fire in a movie theater when it's crowded. You can't do that. And you can't be bashing people like that with no evidence or proof. And Tim, what do you think is going to happen with what is happening with Rush Limbaugh right now with this?
Well, he's lost 7 advertisers.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, some of them like Quicken Loans for one example, and along with some other ones. And I don't know, he's had controversy before. I mean, this is one of his bigger controversies, but I don't know. He'll probably lose some advertisers, but he'll have other ones take their place. He'll probably just roll through it, kind of like he usually does.
Well, this is not the first time, but it's also not the first time for others as well. In fact, last week, Tim, a Fox News broadcaster accused Rachel Maddow, who works for MSNBC and has a nightly show, which is really a very high-rated show. Last week, it was her show was one of them was the highest-rated show of the week of all the news programs on national media in Estados Unidos. And he said, well, she's a good excuse for birth control. And he got in trouble over that one. I don't know if he got fired or not, but these kind of comments are inappropriate to be making on the internet. Don Imus, of course, who made the comments about the Cornell women's basketball team. Remember that? Saying that they're hoes, and he ended up getting fired. And then we look at Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dog the Bounty Hunter made some comments, and he apologized. And he did get his job back, but it took 6 months or so before he was back on the air. So I think people in our business, what we do here with freedom of expression, we do things responsibly. If we say something, we're going to do it very professionally and appropriately. But these people are pushing the envelope on this, and we need to back off of that and do things right. Yes, Tim, Rush Limbaugh may survive this like he's survived other squabbles, but this one is a big one. Before we quit, I want to tell you there's a good story about the election in the Washington Post over the weekend that deals directly with the candidates and the Republican Party candidates and the Latino votes. And if I could just point out the high points here. The columnist for the Washington Post said the Republicans cannot expect to win if they continue with this type of immigration stances, and pointed out the only of the 4 candidates left, we have the 4 candidates left, that only one has provided a path to citizenship, and the other 3 are very anti-immigration. They point out that in the last election, President Barack Obama got 67% of the Latino vote, Tim. That's a lot. And said that the Republicans need to get cut into that or they have no chance, no matter who the candidate is. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think we're running out of time.
We are running out of time. News and Views with Raul, our technician, and Tim Zink today. Stay tuned for Fernando Zapari today, of course. John Rogers, our sponsor, and tune in to News and Views as we go. Be safe. Have a good day.